Last week, an Eastern Kentucky sheriff had to lay off his entire department over budget issues. Coming up, a special called meeting today solved those problems, and employees are going back to work.
Wanting a new place to eat? Well, today we stopped by a couple of new places here in Hazard.
Soggy weather returns to the mountains tomorrow as a cold front moves through. I'll have those details coming up.
Dedicated to Southern and Eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Last Thursday, Breathitt County Sheriff John Holland said he was laying off his entire department because of budgetary reasons. This morning, a special called meeting addressed that budget. That's where WYMT's Will Puckett reports from tonight.
Another packed fiscal courtroom in Breathitt County. Signaling a lot of attention on things going on in the county of just more than 13,000 people.
Well, we got a couple budgets that ain't really been passed, but one of them had been voted on.
Attention is on the sheriff's budget, where as of Thursday, John Holland laid off his entire department.
Just frustrating, and everything just has to work itself out at times. And it's the economy's just not the best right now, and that affects everybody.
The most notable changes to the sheriff's 2020 budget was just more than $30,000 for program support and more pay for a new deputy.
The increase that we tried to explain is I'm in process of hiring one new deputy, and we had to take out a couple of months because he's not ready to go to the academy yet.
But for Judge Noble, he is tasked with the county budget. And his point was the sheriff's department has operated well on less before.
The 2018, the previous sheriff's budget, 2018, had a $120,000 cap. But they choose to go to $226,000, and I just don't know where the finances are going to come from.
But by a vote of 3-2, the sheriff will have his budget as proposed.
I'm happy, and I think the citizens of Breathitt County will be happy, and we'll all get back to normal.
In the meantime, the judge executive fears some tough decisions in the county may have to be made. In Breathitt County, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
The clerk's budget was also discussed today, prompting a battle between her and Magistrate Donnie Bush. She says they will end up going to court over it. Two women are accused of stealing from a Belk store in Corbin. Police say loss prevention caught Patsy Engel and Loretta Louthan stealing. They had more than $1,000 worth of merchandise. Police say Engel had slurred speech as well. She's charged with shoplifting and public intoxication. Louthan is charged with shoplifting. Two men are arrested after a chase that included two crashes with police cruisers. Here's a look at that from Louisville. Police there say they spotted a stolen car leave a Walmart. The driver led the officers on a chase and hit two police cars. The chase ended when the driver got stuck in a grassy median. Nobody was hurt. Charges are still pending against the two 19-year-old men that were arrested. The state will have to pay $150,000 in attorney fees for a man who won the right to have a license plate that reads, quote, "I'm God." Benny Hart moved to Kenton County from Ohio, where he'd had the phrase on his license plate for years. He was denied that custom plate in Kentucky. The ACLU and Freedom from Religion Foundation filed a lawsuit on Hart's behalf. In November, a federal court ruled Hart could have the plate. An iconic piece of American history was vandalized over the weekend. Somebody sprayed graffiti on Plymouth Rock. It marks the place where pilgrims on the Mayflower landed in the New World 400 years ago. Several other nearby landmarks were also vandalized, including a stone bench and a statue. Massachusetts authorities have not released any information about possible suspects. This year, Plymouth is celebrating the 400th anniversary of the Pilgrims' Landing.
Well, we saw warm and dry conditions earlier today, and we're continuing to see those right now and as we head into the nighttime hours. You can see that here on the National Weather Service camera into Jackson. Beautiful conditions. They're staying dry and just a few clouds in the sky. You can see those here on the WYMT studio camera as well. Clouds have started to build up over the past couple of hours and made their way into the mountains, and we're going to continue to see these mostly cloudy skies and come even a little bit more overcast as we head into the overnight hours and into your for Tuesday, but they have not kept away these nice warm temperatures. I mean, we got into the 60s today. I mean, 62 even still here in Hazard. Those of us who have cooled down a little bit are in those upper 50s, so definitely above average temperatures for this time of year, but definitely nice to see. And we'll continue to see those nice warm temperatures as we head into tomorrow as well, getting into those upper 50s, but then a cool down is on the way as we head into Wednesday. We'll start to see a lot more average temperatures the rest of the week after that. But we are seeing those nice warm temperatures, but we are also going to be a little bit soggy tomorrow, and I'll give you a little bit more about that in just a bit. Steve?
All right. Thank you very much, Brooke. 2 people are dead after they were caught under an avalanche. It happened in Vail, Colorado. Deputies there say 3 snowmobilers triggered the slide Saturday. One man dug his way out and called for help. The other 2 people remained buried in the snow. Searchers finally found their bodies Sunday. The sheriff there says the risk of an avalanche is high right now in the northern mountains. Japanese officials have confirmed 99 more people on a quarantine cruise ship off Japan are infected with the coronavirus, bringing the total to 454. More than 300 American travelers who were on board returned to the U.S. this morning. 14 of those passengers tested positive for the illness but were asymptomatic. State Department officials say those passengers were held in isolation for the flights and will continue to be isolated. The other returning travelers will be under a 14-day quarantine at the military bases in Texas and California. Democratic presidential candidates are doing their best to drum up support ahead of Saturday's Nevada caucuses. Pete Buttigieg and Joe Biden both campaigned in Reno this morning. The latest polls show Bernie Sanders leading in Nevada, with Biden not far behind. The field of candidates took turns taking shots at someone who's not even on the ballot there, former New York City Mayor Mike Bloomberg.
We're the ones with better answers. We're the ones trying to get you a raise. We're the ones ready to deliver paid family leave, serious about climate change, caring about gun violence, delivering health care.
The American people are sick and tired of billionaires buying elections.
Bloomberg pushed back at the recent attacks, tweeting out a new ad calling for unity among Democrats to defeat President Trump in November. Bloomberg is on track to spend more than $415 million on TV ads by Super Tuesday. There's some good news for food lovers in Perry County. WYMT's Madison Pergram shows us some of the new and locally owned restaurants opening up.
There are some good things cooking up in Hazard. Several new restaurants opening.
It is amazing to be able to provide what I think everyone deserves, a place where there's something for everyone.
Crystal Horn is the owner of Fork and Table. To her, this is personal. She has lived in this area her whole life.
Everyone knows everyone here, and everyone can provide and bring more jobs into our community.
Big Daddy's Barbecue is also open, ready to serve the community. And down the road, Sarah White is getting prepared for the opening of North Main Diner.
Version of a 1960s kind of diner, something fun for the community to come and sit down and kind of relive those days.
Excited not only about the food, but the people you share it with.
It's just very exciting to be able to serve, your friends and family that you've lived and grew up with your whole life.
Serving different food, but with the same goal.
To walk into a restaurant and have the environment they choose and to leave with a smile.
Providing food with special service. In Perry County, Madison Pergram, WYMT Mountain News.
Prime 606 also recently opened at the Hazard Country Club, and we have more on all of these local places to eat on our website, WYMT.com. Now I'm hungry. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, it's the oldest and largest parade celebrating the birth of the country's first president. We'll take you to the historic Virginia town.
And rain chances move into the mountains tomorrow on your Tuesday, but they look to move out pretty quickly, and then we get a big cool down as we head into Wednesday.